Captain, I've confirmed the death of Ethan Winters. I wasn't able to retrieve the body, but I've recorded evidence.
Share your screen, and I'll go over the situation. My team and I were careless. Yesterday, we took down the transformed Miranda, but we didn't kill her.
Who knew she could fake being a corpse?
Since Miranda could have infected Ethan, I forcefully took him and Rose with us. But the vehicle they were riding in was attacked. When I got to the wreck, Ethan and Rose were gone. The last time I was able to contact Ethan, I heard Miranda's voice. She murdered him. And she is not gonna get away with it. God damn it, when does it end?
What's that, sir? The mission?
All of it. 3 years trying to put this thing in the ground. 3 years too long.
We'll get her, Captain. The squad's ready for you.
So BSAA got here already? They didn't waste any time?
Mission adjustment?
No, doesn't change anything. Terminate Miranda and rescue Rose. That's the mission. And failure's not an option.
Let's have some fun, people. Like old times.
Move out.
Roger.
Okay.
K9, I want to know what the hell BSAA is doing here. Find out what you can.
Roger that. I'm on it.
Been a while since we fought together, Captain. When was it last? The desert?
Doing nothing but recon's gotten me out of shape.
But thanks to your recon, we know Miranda's plan.
Couldn't quite believe it when I heard she turned herself into Mia, though. Taking 5 shots to the head's nothing to sneeze at, either. Spooky.
What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Resident Evil Village. Yep, we're playing as Chris Redfield, the Beef Man. I guess they just couldn't get enough of playing as him in the Biohazard DLC, so we're playing as him again. He's got his squad, he's got some very special weaponry, fast-firing, silenced pistol, as well as some grenades, a specialty knife. This is actually a really nice close combat knife. As well as, a freaking laser! But we'll get to that later. Nothing that we can craft. This is strictly go find Miranda and kill her. That's your mission, soldier. Now get out there. Oh, thank God. I was really hoping Chris would never be able to put a band of misfits together and create a new platoon. But now, we've done it. We've got a new group of my men! Redemption arc from Resident Evil 6 is finally concluded. Finally.
Hey, Alpha. Look at this.
BSAA. They've gone too far. Christ.
It looks pretty rough down there. How are you planning on reaching the objective?
First, we're gonna have to take that thing out.
Got your back, boss. Let's get to work.
Everyone watch for hostile bioweapons.
Roger.
And congratulations! After looking through that sniper scope, you have completed the village map. Because this is technically a new area. So, this section. I've heard the good and the bad come from different types of Resident Evil fans. Some don't like the fact that all of a sudden we are playing as a longtime Resident Evil protagonist. This just reeks of trying to close one story while another one is closing. 2 birds, 1 stone. Another aspect I've heard is, this is my own personal philosophy when it comes to this section of the game, this is your power fantasy section. Chris Redfield and his group are extremely powerful, and all the different enemies, that you've been fighting throughout Village now go down within a few shots. They're trying to overpower you with numbers, not exactly attack power. So, if anything, this is the bombastic end to Resident Evil Village after Ethan dies. Ethan Winters is dead.
Don't get cocky.
Don't mistake that. He is dead, and we are now Chris Redfield. Thing is, I'm kind of okay with this.
What the hell is that thing? It's all new to my seat.
That's probably where Miranda is. Let's go.
Consider this like Action Man coming in and cleaning up the rest of the mess. This was kind of always Chris's secondary fight. Chris is still with Neo Umbrella, but he formed this unit strictly to hunt down Mother Miranda.
Maybe releasing infectious particulates.
It's kind of neat to see where he's been coming from, but that's only if you give a shit about Chris Redfield. And, you know, he's been Big McLarge huge for a long time, so not a lot of people care about strictly Call of Duty Army Man.
Damn it, Pat's blocked.
It's a bit jarring the first time you see it, because it's like, oh, Ethan died. Well, I guess we're moving on. So, yeah, I totally understand if you do not like this section. It's here, it can't be undone, but let's just say this helps the overall plot, kinda,
Leaving some supplies.
because this is ending the mold problem. I don't think Ethan would have been able to take out the mold by himself, which is why you need Chris and his entire group to help get rid of it. So, yeah, it's a bit of an escalation, so to speak. Ethan is perfectly capable on one-on-one combat, or hell, even more than one combat, being able to take out the other Lycans and other monsters, and hell, even higher-ranking children of Mother Miranda. He's fine with that. With these numbers, I'm actually very glad that they brought in some guy with a fuck-off machine gun that can kill multiple Lycans in just a few shots.
200 to the point.
Nothing against Ethan. Trust me, there is nothing against Ethan here. I just don't think he would have been able to handle it, and this is a good way to close out the big escalation that this game has done.
Never heard of a mutant lice.
You see how much mold is around this village. This place is going up in mold. So, yeah. Consider this destroying the big infection. The big beast in Resident Evil. And who better to destroy the big infection, ow, than a guy who's been dealing with it for years. Actual years. He's been dealing with this since Resident Evil 1. Take out the big infection. Kill it. I'm just so glad that every single one of Chris's men and women, there's at least one woman on the team, they all have different names. They are not just, you know, a flashback and a reason for Chris to have PTSD. They all have a reason to be here. They're here to fight the mold. In fact, Chris mentions he's been on this case for 3 years. Ever since he came down to Louisiana and started fighting, you know, Grandma Moldface, he's been dealing with this problem. Taking out Lucas Baker was just the first part of dealing with this entire issue. We're getting somewhere. We just need to get through a lot of Lycans to do it. And that's one thing, if I'm going to complain about anything when it comes to here, this part can actually be a little tough. Because look at all these guys! Thankfully, there are ammo caches all over the village. Like, our main goal is to get to that big blob of mold that took out that helicopter from the BSAA. Yeah, suck it, losers. And they throw everything at you. These guys are coming in droves. They know you're here. They know you're a threat. The mold probably told them. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with this. It wouldn't have been my first choice, but I can only imagine how they really wanted to wrap this up if they didn't have Chris as part of Ethan's plot. And that's another thing that needs to be mentioned. Chris Redfield is officially part of Ethan Winters' plot and his story. Unfortunately, we can't undo that. He was there in 7, he has to be here in Village to help finish the fight.
Target location. Damn, this is big. All right, Lobo. Marking the target.
Roger that, boss.
This right here, I would say, is a point of contention. This part, I can take it or leave it, honestly. Aim, fire, big old laser drops. Wait.
Reloading now. Just a minute.
Did that work? I thought there was supposed to be a lot more pomp and circumstance. Maybe not. Now, I will say, but actually, yeah, I think it did miss. Hold on a second. After you do that, there's supposed to be lichens that spawn.
Okay, Captain. I'm reloaded. Ready when you are.
How the hell did I miss that? Let's try again.
Bingo! Alright!
There we go. There's the words I was looking for.
Hold your horses. I'm reloading.
And
There's a
now...
swarm headed that way.
Yep, there's the swarm. Wow, I can't believe I actually missed that. That's hilarious. Oh my god. There are so many lichens. I totally see the other side on why this part is like... We went away from Big Shooty Bang Bang. Oh my god, that's a lot of lichens.
I'm reloaded.
So, having them all show up again just seems extremely counterintuitive. Like, we went for the survival horror angle again to get away from this crap. And now it's here again. So, I guess the only reason I'm okay with it is mainly because this section doesn't last long. Chris's section, I would say your first time through probably takes about 30 to 35 minutes. It's very fast, and we are actually going to get some huge plot points here. Actually, I shouldn't say like 30 minutes, it's more like 25. It's extremely fast, you get tons of ammo, so if anything, this is just living out a power fantasy. Don't you wish you could have done this to all the lichens? Now, this actually just reminds me of a development story about Resident Evil Village, how the first draft was way too hard for playtesters, and they were talking about the numbers of lichens that were actually appearing on screen. And this is what I imagine it looked like, except you had Ethan's wimpy first handgun trying to take out 7 to 8 lichens. And then you get to here, and then at least you have a machine gun, grenades, and all this extra stuff that you can use. A giant fuck-off laser. It's good stuff. So, yeah. I'll put up a defense for this section, mainly because it doesn't last long. And you know, I'm kind of okay with this new Chris. I mean, if we're going for Chris that showed up in Biohazard, a bit of a little cocky SOB, but, you know, he's getting the job done. He's finishing this fight. I am having a bit of trouble getting ganged up on. Good God. Yeah, let's see if I can just... Oh my god. I need to get out of here. I'm getting cornered. Thankfully, the lichens can hit one another. Okay. And that's mainly where the difficulty comes from, is just strength in numbers. The wolf pack, basically. Yeah, they're coming up here and making sure you don't survive. Another thing I find... Can you please fuck off? Yeah, thank you. Chris's reload speed is a little slow, so that's another just small, minute complaint. And you only get 30 shots for this machine gun, and, well, while the head exploding, you know, cold is still happening around this area, it still takes a little bit. But eventually they do stop coming after a while and give you a chance to charge up your laser and fire.
Boom! Take that!
Good. Megamycete must be below.
Another interesting thing I like about this is all the hints to the mold, the Megamycete, everything was told in alternate paths that Ethan could show up in. You remember the one place where we had to sidle through a bunch of rocks and, you know, we saw the mold underneath the village? That was a big old red flag, and this is essentially what Chris's group has been doing in the background.
The stuff originated here.
Alright, one more obstacle. And I greatly appreciate this obstacle.
Guarding the Megamycete, huh?
Yeah, get him with those one-liners. He'll totally understand it.
I'm gonna need backup.
Yeah, so we have a new form of Urius, one that is more greatly infected and who has a big exposed back that you can shoot. I really like this fight. It's a very small arena, so it's very claustrophobic, and you kind of have to just deal with the hand that you're given. Find a way to trick him into jumping and moving. But eventually, Chris will actually mention to one of his guys, "Can you give me a hand here?" I was really hoping the dialogue would have shown up here, but no, it's a fairly it's not a simple fight by any means. But there we go.
I'll signal with the locator.
Give a guy a break.
There's no time to give you a break. I'm getting got by a big monstery man. Thankfully, this slow lumbering oaf just takes forever to move here, and you can shoot him with a giant fuck-off laser. That's advantageous. One thing I've noticed is with the target locator, you don't actually have to be aiming on somebody. Like, you don't have to stop and aim. You can actually just hold it out, charge it, and then at the last second move the reticle over a little bit on what you want to shoot. Whew. He's getting a little more agitated. And this happens about when you're, I would say, halfway through his health bar. Alright, let's see if we can, ow. See if we can get this. Yeah, I will say, if you do get hit, your targeting reticle actually stops. So let's see if we can get this. Nice! Is that it? No, he still wants some more. Alright, bring it. I can take you on. Look how much ammo I have. I have so much ammo, it's kind of ridiculous. Woo! Alright. Putting up a fight. I like it. Come on, bring it on here. I'm raw fizzle beef. Eat it.
I'm reloaded. Where should I go next?
Hostile bioweapon eliminated. I'll keep going. The rest of you, stay above ground.
That was a fun fight. And now, we're going to get into the huge revelation part of any Resident Evil game.
So if Miranda was the fake Mia, where's the real one? I doubt she saw any further use for her. I don't get any of this. How did Miranda even know Rose exists?
A moldy little bird told her, maybe?
We can figure that out later. Focus on the plan.
Up in here. Wow, the heart.
I found it. It's the Megamycete. Alpha to squad. I've located the Megamycete.
So now we can end this mess after all.
About damn time. N2 explosives armed. There's enough there to blow the whole village sky high.
Let's get out of here and blow the damn place.
Not before I end Miranda. I'm not taking any more chances. I'm going in.
Roger that. Standing by. Captain, I have eyes on Miranda at the ceremony site.
Keep your distance. Do not move until I give the order.
I know it's too late now, but we really should have told Ethan the plan.
There wasn't time. We didn't expect Miranda to act so soon.
Even so, you should have told him.
Yeah.
It's a bit too late for that, I guess. And there we go, you found the root of the matter. The Megamycete in the underground ruins. Cool. Now, I'm having a little trouble seeing it. Oh, there it is. If all was planned correctly... Yes! We are the heretic. Destroy all the goats of warding. That feels great. Alright, let's go say hi to Mother Miranda. Give her a high five and shoot her right in her big stupid face. Hopefully she doesn't turn into a wall of mold. That would just be... well, that would just be silly.
This must be Miranda's lab.
This right here... I'm a little 50-50 on this entire place. The first thing I like about this area are these. Salvatore Moreau. Brain function surprisingly low. Cadeau affinity low. These are Miranda's logs on her 4 lords. Her conclusions, their battle prowess, why they are the way they are. This is good stuff. It's not just, oh, this person just has magical powers because of Resident Evil Land. No. Some of them have pre-existing conditions, like Alcina Dimitrescu. Due to a hereditary blood disease, the subject must ingest human flesh and blood on a regular basis to maintain regeneration properties. Vampirism, or a type of vampirism. She is still an unfit vessel for Eva, but these are the descriptions on how the 4 lords work. And it's not exactly shattering the illusion. I'm glad they have an explanation, and a somewhat scientific explanation for all the lords. This one's probably my favorite, and all the books are based on the different lords and their insignias. Karl Heisenberg, incredibly favorable and brain functions normal. His electromagnetic powers are explained, such as he has organs similar to an electric ray. This is how he's able to course electricity through metal and control metal. And last but not least, Donna Beneviento. She has a severe mental illness. She doesn't have any specialty powers like mutations, but she can cause people to have hallucinations when they have the pollen. She also divided her Cadeau parasite and put it into Angie. This is why you see the parasite leak behind Angie's eyes when you're fighting her. So that right there, that is my favorite type of lore, is having a scientific explanation. Not a BS explanation, but scientific on why these guys are the way they are.
So they're using this to control the bioweapons.
Yep. This is the mystery parasite that's been injected in everyone to see if they're a fit vessel. A lot of failed experiments around this place. So now we're going to be getting a lot of very realistic looking photos, I should add. In fact, they're most likely real photos and added to the RE engine to look one-on-one perfect. But, this is Miranda. She looks great. And wait a minute, that looks familiar. That looks like Evelyn. This lab not only ties Resident Evil Village to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, it also does its best to connect Village to the rest of Resident Evil. This one specific note. I like it. It's kind of a cool, I didn't think about that kind of moment. But this means, with this one 4-page text that you can read, cements the events of Resident Evil Village that happened before Ethan got here, and everything that Mother Miranda is doing was the, no pun intended, progenitor of the rest of the Resident Evil franchise. Oswald Spencer spent time here, talked to Mother Miranda about mold, and he thought, well, you know what? That's interesting.
No way.
But I think a virus would be better. This is how we got zombies, because of how Miranda was messing with the mold and told a young scientist named Oswald Spencer how it works. Not my favorite, but I'll accept it. It's cool, it's neat. But again, not my favorite. And there's Evelyn. It's a nice photo. It's a little old, though. In fact, it's been 100 years since I lost Eva to the Spanish flu. Mother Miranda has been around for a while. She's immortal. She found the mold after her daughter died to the Spanish flu. She just needed a vessel. She has been implanting villagers with the Megamycete and the mold to see if they were a proper vessel to bring Eva back. This is another, not exactly scientific explanation, but an explanation on Mother Miranda's motives. Why she wanted to find a vessel. It was to bring her daughter back to life, using the power of the mold. And speaking of Mother Miranda, there she is, next to Mia and Evelyn. This isn't a retcon of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Let's just assume Mother Miranda was always there and wasn't in every picture. And we got just quite a bit of photos. These are nice photos. They look damn near realistic. I love it. I'm having a bit of trouble. Oh, forget it. But with that is every file. That is every goat. All the collectibles are finished. So the only thing left is to finish the game.
Show me your hands! Umbrise, this is Alpha. Where is Miranda right now?
Still at the ceremony site. Whatever she's doing, she's staying put.
God damn. It really is you. I'm glad you saved me. Why are you here?
I was caught in Houston experiments.
Wait, did you say Mia? Mia Winters?
In the flesh. What's the situation up there?
Kind of a war going on. Nothing we can't handle.
Don't get distracted. Stick to the mission. I'm headed to the ceremony site.
Wait! You can't leave me here. You promised, damn it! You said that you would keep us safe. We did everything that you asked. We moved over here, everything! And I didn't care. So long as we were together. So you tell me, where is my husband? Where is my daughter?
Ethan is... he's gone. I couldn't save him. But I can save Rose. Come on. It's not safe here after all.
What do you mean he's gone?
He's dead. I'm sorry, Mia, but we have to leave. We have to destroy this village.
No! You're wrong. I tried to keep this a secret, but... you don't understand how special he is.